Normally, before we go to our show, we always like to get that prayer warriors to read us that wonderful prayer that she normally reads. And I'm trying to get in touch with her now because she's a very good prayer
Good
warrior.
morning.
Good morning to you, my prayer warrior. How's everything going for you this morning?
So far, so good, sweetie. We have a lot of construction going on around me.
Oh,
So there
okay.
may be, can you hear me okay?
Oh, lovely, lovely.
Okay, good. So, I have the word for today.
Yes,
Are you
ma'am.
ready?
Yes, ma'am. And everybody else is ready to hear it too.
Okay, I'm going to turn it up a little bit.
Okay.
Okie doke. The word for the day is seek my face at the beginning of your day. This practice enables you to put me on and wear me throughout the day. Most people put on clothes soon after arising from bed. Similarly, the sooner you put me on by communicating with me, the better prepared you are for whatever comes your way. To wear me is essentially be in mind and have my mind to think my thoughts. Ask the Holy Spirit to control your thinking. Be transformed by this renewal within you. Thus, you are willing to face whatever people and situations bring your way. Clothing your mind in me is your best preparation for each day. This discipline brings joy and peace to you and those around you. This can be found in Psalms 28:8, Romans 13:14, Corinthians 2:16, and Colossians 3:12.
Oh, thank you. Wonderful, wonderful. Hey, always a blessing to hear the word of the Lord in the morning before we start our show. And I want to thank you as a prayer warrior.
It's a good reminder. It reminds me of things I've maybe not paying attention to. So I love the word every day. It's our anchor.
Yes, yes. And I thank you for being a part of reading the word as a prayer warrior on our show. Look.
It's a pleasure to do it. I think you and Keith are doing a wonderful job. I'm very proud of you.
Thank you. Thank you.
And I'm just happy as a lark about the show.
Oh, thank you.
And
Thank you.
that word of encouragement is
All right,
always
sweetie, you guys have a
always
blessed
beautiful
day.
every
All right.
Friday morning.
You too.
Love you.
I love you guys too. Thank you.
Good morning. Good morning. Good
again.
morning. We gotta say good morning from our director, Brother Jay, Digital Soul Media. He's always got a program going on somewhere for somebody in some area.
And we appreciate him coming in, direct our show, put us on the air. You know, we went through a lot of changes at one time trying to get on the air, but now I think we are doing a very blessed job. I want to thank my co-host, Brother Keith, for his acknowledgement of being a part of technology. You know? Yeah.
We here and we in full effect now.
Yeah, between him and Brother Jay, you know, we got it going on now. But the thing of it is, today, I want to send my condolences out to the kids and the teachers and everybody else that lost their life in a senseless shooting, you know. And the thing of it is, it seemed like our supposed to be brains of our government is not trying to really conduct what needs to be done. You know? They don't want you to lose your gun, but let's lose the ammunition that is being sold. This boy bought 2 guns and 400 rounds of ammunition. Now that should have raised a red flag. I don't give a care who was selling the ammunition, you know? And you got an 18-year-old boy, just turned 18 years old, and could order 400 rounds of ammunition. What war was he going to?
And look, the weapons are out there. They're put on the market. You can get a design on how to make it on Google. Google is #1 for everything right now.
Mm-hmm.
But we as a culture of people, no matter what color, what race she is, this gun violence is taking effect on all races, all nationalities, all areas, no matter what side of the tracks you live on. And people, we got to realize what we're doing.
Mm-hmm.
We got to realize what we're doing, you know.
And I
Hurting families, hurting your own family. Because when you take another person's life, you hurting that family and you're hurting your family, because now your family know your life is going too.
Yeah.
So it's 2 for 1 for the system.
Right. You guys don't mind, but
No,
I'm so
come on,
passionate
brother.
about this.
Come on,
you
brother.
guys hear me?
Yes,
Yes, sir.
I mean, good evening to you, great brothers, and you know, I'm so happy to just chime in with you guys and be sitting in the director's view. It's like you jump rope and you want to jump in. You hear some things, you see people jumping rope. Well, you know what? This is much more serious what happened as somebody's child. I don't care what color it is, in a sense. I view people when they're young as innocent. They're only the way of the world. William Fry say makes the heart turn cold. But look, Representative Clay Higgins, you know, Mr. Keith's favorite person. I say about Brother Wilder, I don't really know. I don't know. No, it's not so much of that. He is a, you know, he's one you could actually put a caricature of a person like him. He's out there in the media now talking about he's going to reintroduce some bills that he put forward in the past. It's called the school. It's called the School Resource Office Assessment Act, which will strengthen the schools as far as protection. Now, Brother Waters knows the Bible, and he quotes the Bible all the time. I won't jump in, but that's controversial too.
Yeah.
But you can't serve 2 masters. If one master might be the spiritual morality or right and wrong, the use of weapons, and the other one is the NRA.
Yeah.
The NRA, and we remember we had our own former state representative Terry Landry talk about the NRA was trying to push against him when he was trying to look at gun legislation. So you know it's a thing we all could agree on.
And the cold part about it, Brother Jay, not to cut you off, but they having a convention this week with all the mass killing of these kids.
We know
All the guns.
We know Lafayette and some of his Republican conservative leadership, like Carol Ross, who give marching orders to the mayor president.
Yeah.
Carol Ross show, Josh Guillory, and a whole bunch of people support the NRA. And that is the problem. When you could get, and what the AR was 15, that's an assault rifle. Assault is not for protection, it's to go assault a building like this.
Yeah.
Or any other place, so I'm hoping the security is up front today. So I'm going to close on this and jump in later. What y'all think about people like Clay Higgins who are hypocrites, and that is the problem why we have that former candidate for state, I think he was running for state senator, United States Senator Beto O'Rourke, confronted them, all those idiots who were on stage in Texas at that press conference, and tell them, y'all responsible. People, that mindset like y'all are responsible for what has happened at that school, and people like Clay Higgins need to be called out on that front and center.
Well,
And
not to cut you off, we got an election coming up. And Clay Higgins trying to get out front, you know, to put his face in the media, to convince people that he's the man to be reelected. That's all it is. And if we keep going for the rotten wood, guess what? We can't build a strong building.
and people, it's not a party issue. It's not a party line issue. It's not whether you're Democrat or Republican, because gun violence don't look at parties.
Mm-hmm.
And the president gets on TV and he talks about how we need to stand up to the gun lobbyists.
Mm-hmm.
And people get up there and want to blame President Biden. It's not President Biden.
Those kids didn't have a party. Their parents might have been in a party, but those kids didn't know party. All those kids knew was love.
And you got legislation in the United States Senate right now that can't get past the 60 vote threshold, can't pass the filibuster to curb these gun laws. And now one of the sides on the parties on the other side, now one of the colleagues on the other side want to break on these issues because they're making multi-million from the NRA.
And the lobbyists, the lobby is what bringing all this negativity to our country, to our world, to our state, and anywhere else the NRA is.
And my thoughts and prayers are with the
family.
Texas victim shootings and the school shooting, and also my thoughts and prayers is with all victims of the gun violence, because I mean Texas, it just happened to be a mass shooting at a school, but it's happening all over the country, in all 50 states, and in every community. It's happening.
It's happening in churches. It's happening in grocery stores. It's happening in what you call a setting where people is gathering. You know, it's ridiculous.
Graduations.
Yeah.
I mean graduations, and it's just getting ridiculous. And the governor of Texas, Greg Abbott, I want to say is because the world has, or the country has not focused on mental health as it should. Mental health is one thing, but when you go and saying I'm gonna shoot up these race, that's white supremacists. It's the devil. That's what it is.
Yeah, definitely.
And I guess right now is just the time for the world to find out that the Bible is no fairy tale.
No, it ain't, because the thing of it is, we are not really raising our kids the way they should be raised. A lot of parents are scared to voice their opinion to their kids. You know, it's just like this guy went and shot his grandmother first, you know, because he was arguing with her. You know, we give these kids all the luxuries that they possibly want, but when you're giving kids something, I wasn't giving nothing on a silver platter. When I was able to work, we had to work, do something, you know, and what we did, we wasn't afford no $100 tennis shoes. We barely could get a pair of $10 tennis shoes, you know. You have to get out there and hustle and work. But all these kids do now is sit around on their phone, want to play on their phone, you know, don't want to really. And then I seen a family sit down in the same house, wouldn't talk to each other, but they would sit down there and text each other. I said, what kind of dummy commotion is this? You know? Oh, Papa, stay out of this. You know, so, but anyway, look, we have a wonderful show today. We need to get into our program, you know.
And the thing of it is, with the government, they done took corrections at the home
home
with this
to pray out of school.
domestic violence, child abuse law. I mean, it's child abuse law it's something that's needed, but it needs to be looked at, and some things need to be vetted out of it,
Mm-hmm.
and some things need to be listed as severe. I mean, if right now, if you correct your child the way you feel he need to be corrected, and he picks up the phone and dial 911, you going to jail.
Hmm.
You going to jail till they can figure everything out, and I think that has a lot to do with it too. Kids are not being raised the way they're supposed to because of this stampede the government put on this with this child abuse law.
Yeah, well, what's on the menu for the day? Lafayette need his own mayor. And
Before-
we're losing our chance to get one.
Before we get into that, let me just put this out. I mean, it's been informed that LCG right now, the Josh Giller administration is currently in violation of the public bidding law.
All paperwork, you know, all this on paper. You know, it's not coming out our head.
As you know, there's been federal lawsuits, multiple lawsuits filed against LCG for drainage projects, and one project they took to curb flooding was the St. Martin Parish, the removal of the small banks in St. Martin Parish. Well, Mr. Guillory and his administration felt that they didn't have to follow the state's public bidding law.
Mm-hmm.
They feel the state laws doesn't apply to them. And just be looking out for interesting information as it unfolds. But right now, as we speak, LCG is in violation of the public bids law.
Mm-hmm.
And then to move on, Lafayette needs its own mayor. See, like Mr. Wallace earlier, and we're losing our chance to get one.
Yeah.
We have a chance to get one right now. I'm gonna just kind of read through this information right quick. We have likely passed the point that champions of the city autonomy have warned about for years. I mean, we've been warning about it for years. The population of the city of Lafayette may no longer make up the majority of the parish. That means our city is stuck without a full-time leader who is focused solely on city business and who is accountable to city residents. The population problem is even one opponent of deconsolidation recognized. The City Parish Alignment Commission. Now this commission was set up by the parish council, not the city council. It was set up by the parish council.
The city council was set up to protect the city.
But this parish alignment commission, after 8 months of meeting, endorsed the status quo and dismissed complaints that consolidation government is unfair. They patted city residents on the head and said that that's just your feelings, but it's not just the city residents' feelings. And in their own report, the City Parish Alignment Commission report shows it. They acknowledge the population problem and say they could get behind a charter commission to revisit the issue of fairness if and when the city's population fell below 50%. Well, people that live in the city, wake up. The city's population is 50.2%. So before the next 10 years, before the next census come out, it's going to be well below that 50% threshold. So we have met that time to where the city's population no longer makes up the majority of the parish anymore. Because Youngville, Broussard, the parish is growing at 20%.
Mm-hmm.
They're growing at 20% bigger than the city of Lafayette. They're getting there. And not just that, not just those one cities, but the parish as a whole, those areas as a whole is growing bigger than the city of Lafayette. And we're at that mark to where our voice don't have a say anymore when it comes to election time to the mayor president's position.
You know, not just the mayor president position. All our other municipalities have their own chief, their own mayor, their own council. We the only one that don't have our own mayor and our own elected chief of police. Something is wrong with that picture, Keith. Big time. You know, the mayor is not only the mayor president, but he's the chief of police. Because even though he appoint a chief, the chief got to do what he said do, or he won't be there.
The city has lost the ability to elect its own mayor, to elect a chief of police, and we have a recent historical example of it. Given its exact figures is tricky because dozens of precincts on the boundaries of city limits include both city and non-city voters. Different propositions, but can get a pretty good idea. In the 2019 election, Carly Omnivar won 47.6% of votes in precincts that are fully within the city. If you include parish majority precincts with city residents, she won 50.8% of the vote. Guillory's margin of victory was carried heavily by parish voters.
Mm-hmm.
There is something deeply and fundamental un-American about the fact that the government of the fourth largest city in Louisiana is being run by someone without the clear majority support of city residents. If the city's mayor and parish president weren't already consolidated, the city would have no reason to vote in favor of giving up its mayor because the statutory benefits does not come close to offsetting the cost. The CPA report argues that the combined position of mayor president should be preserved for cost saving and great efficiency, but it provides no analysis to back it up. What you've been saying, Mr. Waller, that's what you've been saying. At the time consolidation started in the 90s, they sold a dream to the city of Lafayette residents that the city of Lafayette would save all kind of money by consolidating.
Yeah, well, that's just like they sold us a dream on Fix the Charter. What Fix the Charter got us? Where are we at on Fix the Charter? Who sold us a dream on Fix the Charter? They said this was the best thing since cotton candy, you know? And that was the worst thing they ever could use.
Since Willy Wonka.
Brother Keith, Brother Wallace, I just saw what you guys are talking about. So I just put up this article in the Advocate, and everybody listening, go pull it up. The headline read that, directly related to what you said, that the Lafayette's Fall Bank project awarded public bid law, and it netted, here's the key part, it netted a contract of millions. So that means that Josh Guillory, technically, that's just my opinion, is pulling some Trump stuff, pulling some Trump stuff, his friends and his associates.
What you just pull up?
Yeah,
it's right down the paper.
So they didn't properly advertise for bids on that, and meaning some people benefit who probably should have not benefited. And I bet you if you start looking at the smoking gun, Carol Ross, it might be somebody's friend
Yeah.
or associate, much like the person who won't oversee the millions of dollars from the COVID-19 relief thing, who Josh Gilroy appointed.
So viewing audience, we want you to know the information that we're bringing to you is supported by facts
Yeah.
from LCG.
Yeah.
It's supported by facts we received from LCG.
Well, like I said, we are not trying to disrupt what's going on. We're trying to bring facts and stats
And
to what's going on in our city. As we as city residents, like I said, somebody is benefiting from this. We are in the red right now, because when Josh Gilroy took over office, he claimed he's gonna do more for less.
hold on. I'm gonna say this. We're not in the red. The city is not in the red. The parish is in the red. The unincorporated areas is in the red, and they trying to pull from the green to make the red green and
Right.
the red
Right.
and the green red.
Yeah, but like I said, how can you do more with less? Yeah, you gonna take from the poor and give to the rich, and that's what's happening. That's what's doing more with less.
Now check this out, Mr. Wallace. Just to put this notion out there, just to show you what we're talking about is real stuff. Back when Josh took office and he came in and said, look, we're going to get rid of 37 employees. We're going to cut the budget for 37 employees. And those employees was paid with city money. The city paid 100% of those employees' salaries. And the city council said, we're going to pull it.
Yeah.
We're going to pull his budget amendment. We're going to pull what he talking about. We're not going for cutting these certain 37 employees. And the city voted not to cut those employees. But all 5 parish councilmen, none of them live in the city. None of them pay city taxes. And voted. They voted to cut those 37 employees. So fix the charter. Got us that. I'm putting it out there to show.
There's 3 people that was pushing fix the charter.
I'm putting it out there to show not only is our mayor president working against the city, but so is our parish councilman working against the city. And because we are combined, the projects that the city council want to do away with, or the projects that they want to bring forward, cannot go forward unless they get the vote of the parish council.
So basically, the city is hurting a little bit, according to them, as far as money.
No, as far as money, the city ain't hurting.
Okay, well, certain neighborhoods, certain people not benefit.
What it is, they're not getting the funding.
Right.
The city of Lafayette has their surplus.
Yeah.
But it's the parish and the unincorporated areas that don't have a.
Well, why don't you take some of that money? Because I'm reading the article again. I read it here on this show. Gilroy hires his former army superior to a 6-figure job overseeing LCG projects. Wow, a 6-figure. His former superior. Why Carol Ross didn't talk about that?
And I think I brought that out.
Yeah, but it's still, in your face type stuff.
It's still there. Still there in your face. So, city residents, this is what it's showing us. The facts are there. The facts are there. Our tax dollars are not being spent for our city the way it's supposed to be spent. And then you got representation without taxation. Cause all you 5 parish councilmen live in the unincorporated areas. Now one of them live in the city. Now one of them pay city taxes. But the city residents have to pay taxes to the city and parish. They pay 2 taxes. The unincorporated area, they receive some services from the city. They receive help from the city of Lafayette, but they don't pay no taxes.
Hey, if you guys want to join in on this conversation, the numbers on the screen,
337-347-7236. Call in, hot topics. Call in.
Whatever y'all want to talk about, we're trying to bring facts and stats, from the menu, what's going on in the city of Lafayette with our mayor president, like I said, and I'm not gonna be ashamed.
We have a call,
Yeah.
Mr. Watt.
I'm not gonna be ashamed to say I gave him this proclamation
Yes, sir,
back.
let me put you. Let me put you on.
This is the one with the headset.
Okay,
Good morning,
Good morning.
caller.
Caller.
Can you hear?
Good morning, caller.
Can you?
Caller.
Good, and everything is up.
Can you hear him now?
No,
No.
we can't.
Okay, caller, hold on. Okay, there we go. Caller, can you hear?
Yeah, we got him now.
Yeah, we got you now.
Okay.
Come on. Caller?
I can't hear you all.
Oh, he
Hey,
can't hear us.
turn your TV down.
No, he can't hear us.
I got it muted.
Okay, can you hear us now? Can you hear us now, caller? Okay, wait,
You
hold
got it.
on. We hear you.
We hear you, but can you hear us?
You might not be able to hear us, but we could hear
I
you.
just want to let y'all know y'all got it, everything going good.
Okay.
Okay, appreciate that. You got any concern about what we're talking about?
I can't hear. I can put the TV up.
Yeah, you can put
Yeah,
it.
go ahead and put it up.
Yeah,
a little.
yeah, go on, put
We're
the
sure.
TV up.
We're gonna clear that up.
Yeah, we're gonna get that squared away. We got everything going on right now,
You can.
On your first topic. Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
We got you. Come on.
Go ahead, caller. Go ahead.
Okay.
Okay.
Y'all, I'm talking about the first topic with y'all, with you got to go back in history. You got to go back in history. The books about the Columbus discovered America. He came to America, with the guns,
Mm-hmm. Talking about the gun violence.
because Columbus came there with his guns. Indians had bow and arrow. They took over the country, the United States. They went to Africa with guns again, with the spears. The Africans just had spears. Took the Africans.
Mhm.
Then we had Civil War, World War I, World War II, Vietnam. It just go on and on. And so this country was built on
With a
killing.
gun. With a
and
gun.
guns.
With a gun.
So how you gonna get rid of them?
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
So
Now,
not
call.
to change the subject, y'all got a good. I'm gonna let y'all go back to the city with the charter and Josh Guillory, because he got rid of the little guys that was trying to make ends meet with park and recreation, and got to give it to the big guys so they can live in the $500,000 and $600,000 houses, drive the gas guzzlers and stuff, so and live good. So Y'all having a good show?
Well, Carla, Carla, this is Brother Jay. I have a question. Now, I brought this up to Brother Wallace and Brother Keith a while back. What do you think about? I listened to the other talk shows. Carol Ross, not because I love her or I'm a fan of hers, because I need to know what your adversary is thinking as far as the political and social connections here in Lafayette. And one of the things she brought up to Josh Gilbert about somewhat, and I get from it, doing away with the funding of certain parts of the transportation system in Lafayette, which I think Lafayette should be growing and investing money in the transportation, because you got the Amazon. I saw the buses run out there towards Amazon.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where they employ a lot of people in Lafayette Parish. So why would you want to do away with stuff like that that serves the underserved community? I'd like to get your opinion on that. And that's just me. I hope Brother Wallace and Brother Keith don't fire me for that.
No problem.
Yeah.
Well, anything for the poor people,
Mm-hmm.
he don't care. He's really, I call him Little Trump,
Yeah.
personally.
But he take his orders from Carol Ross, people, talk show people like that who are anti-right-wing extremists, you know?
Yeah, he's just his base.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
And his base is the supporters. You gotta look at Rosses. Those guys in Lafayette, this is one of them
Yeah.
that came out, got exposed. But they got a lot of others that support him, and he support them. They live together.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, not in the same house,
But they live in the same community.
different clubs they have, and so they got their own base to what goes on and what don't go on.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah.
but good point. I'm gonna let y'all go back to your show. And thanks to you, Brother Jay, you got everything, the numbers, the live, and the dates. Everything good. I can listen to y'all.
Hopefully be consistent.
Carla, before you go, how do you feel knowing that the parish is growing and the city of Lafayette is declining in growth, and the city of Lafayette not having majority of the parish, the majority of the parish anymore, not being the majority of the parish anymore, and when it comes to electing the mayor president, and which who also appoints our chief of police, how do you feel about that issue?
I'm 100% for both. Elected our own mayor and our own chief, because right now we don't have a chief, you know. And like Wallace said, he's the chief. If he hire a chief, a regular chief, he's still gonna be in control of the chief. He's still gonna be the chief president or mayor, whatever. Josh Gilbert. He's
Yeah.
still gonna run the city the way he feels fit,
Right.
you know.
Right.
So it's just like not having a chief.
Right. Well, one time I got a chance to get close to him, and I told him, I said, "Hey, man, I heard you the new chief of police here." "Oh, no, I don't want that job." I said, "Oh, come on, man. You're bull crapping me." Because even though you appoint a person to be supposed to be chief, you still running the chief, and he still got to do what you say do, because you his boss. And guess what? He walk away from it then, you know. So this is what I'm saying. I don't have no problem with telling him what I got to tell him. This is why I gave him his proclamation back. Because when he gave me that proclamation, you know, I was honored to receive it until I thought about what he gave it to me for. He gave it to me to be like all these other people that's running to the back door talking to him. You know?
I call them Nanny Thomas.
Yeah. You know, and when I figured that out, I said, hey, I don't want to be a part of that. You understand me? So I gave it back to him, even though he gave it to me in private. I gave it back to him in public. You know. So
I'm gonna let y'all get back and
All right.
tell the public or the citizens of Lafayette what's really going on, and keep your eye on the prize, because if y'all don't, we're gonna be without a city.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Hey.
Be without the city.
appreciate your call.
Yeah.
Appreciate your
All right, y'all have a
concern.
nice
and you
safe
coming.
Memorial Day.
All right,
You too.
Thank
You too.
All right.
Appreciate you for the call.
Yeah.
And Brother Wallace, Brother Key, I would say when it comes to the census, because of COVID-19, and a lot of our people, just like voting, who's supposed to be registered to vote, a lot of our people probably was and the Republicans already had Trump already had a campaign to undercount the black community.
Yeah.
So I would think Lafayette should, I don't know if there's any kind of legal remedy on that. I think that a recount on the census, where you have to wait another 10 years, but I think that those numbers are not as accurate
Me
as they
neither.
claim.
Me neither.
Yeah.
Hey, caller, you call on my phone. Do you have any concern or comments about the conversation that we're having? Hello? You must have hung up.
Tell them call back.
Yeah,
Tell them call that other number. We got it.
yeah.
Okay, and Brother Jay, you know, just been brought $500 million is the public enterprise of the city of Lafayette. $500 million,
Mhm.
and 100% of its accountability doesn't go to its shareholders.
Mhm.
It goes to the shareholders of other areas.
Right.
And
The more affluent areas.
the more fluid area, the areas that's California like skyscrapers. I'm just
California way better than in some places. White Rock, Brother Wallace.
Yeah, yes, sir, yes, sir.
But anyway, the city of Lafayette is a $500 million enterprise,
Right.
public enterprise, and the shareholders and taxpayers of Lafayette built this enterprise. You know, we have LUS Lafayette Utility System that has ratepayers that's controlled by someone that the majority of those ratepayers didn't elect.
Mm-hmm. Yep. You know that, and that utility system was built in 1953, I think. You know, I remember coming from school when they put up water towers. You know, and I watched those water towers come up. You know, especially the one on West End, and every 2 to 3 years they would paint them. You know, and I looked up one day, I said, man, what's going on with these water tanks? Come to find out, when they consolidated, they diverted the water from those water tanks to other water tanks in the parish. You see?
Correct. It was reported, I think a few years ago, that a line was left, a line was ran around the meter, sending water to Broussard.
Yeah.
Now we know who doing that was, but I'm not gonna mention it because it wasn't nothing that was brought out for sure. But
Well,
at that time when consolidation started, the first few years of consolidation, Walter Como was
well, you know,
was the first parish
they
president.
say don't speak about the dead, but the thing of it is, Walter Como came in with like a vengeance. You know, he seen all this money that Lafayette had, so he put together a year 2020 plan. You know, and the 2020 plan, when 2020 came out, Walter Como plan had been there. And the thing of it is, Joey Durrell, you know, he wasn't all of that, but he did stop them from taking water from the city of Lafayette going to Broussard. And it went around the meter, so Broussard wasn't paying for water. And he even went at them to try to make them pay the back part of all the water that they had got.
But the
What about these other municipalities like Scott and Karen Crow? How does they figure into benefiting of consolidated?
They don't, Karen Crow, Scott, those other municipalities really don't benefit off of consolidation.
More like Broussard and
Broussard,
Youngville.
Broussard don't really, now, but before,
Yeah.
they, in services, but now they really don't benefit off of consolidation. It's really the unincorporated area
Oh, okay.
benefiting off of consolidation. The Lafayette is the only one giving help to the unincorporated areas.
You know, and for a long time, when I've been going to consolidated government meetings ever since '96, they used to tell me Lafayette money wasn't going to the unincorporated area. Lafayette money was being spent in Lafayette. And then I started thinking, man, I woke up one day, I said, hey, I'm in Broussard, but I see Lafayette Consolidated Government stickers
And trucks.
in trucks. So this is how our money was being paid
Through
to
the services.
through the services, you know. And when I brought that up, they didn't know what to say then.
Now, Brother Jay, say I'm some constituents in Broussard. Say I'm some constituents. I got friends in Broussard. I got friends in Youngsville. I got friends in Karen Crow. And I'm going to run for mayor president. Now, whoever my friends is going to vote for me. And I got friends in all these municipalities. And I become Mayor Lafayette, but I'm not from Lafayette. I'm from Broussard. But I become the mayor president. So I'm mayor and parish president of Lafayette. So when my friends come to me from Karen Crow and say, look, we need you to do this in Karen Crow, I gotta go do what my friends say, because they put me in office.
Yeah.
So that's the way it works here. You know, it's like all these other municipalities get to say who gonna be the top guy in Lafayette, in the city of Lafayette.
But we don't have no
say in those other municipalities.
who will be the top guy in their city.
And then our mayor president listen to this, our mayor president cannot go to Broussard, cannot go to Scott, cannot go to Dusson, cannot go to Youngsville, cannot go to Karen Crow and tell that those councilmen and that mayor that, look, hey man, this is how your city gonna run, and this is how I want it to run, so this is the way y'all gonna run. He cannot do that. Now he can have a meeting and ask them or suggest certain things, but he cannot tell them this is how it's going. Hey, I'm cutting 37 of your employees.
Wake up, Lafayette. We need our own mayor, our own chief of police. Let's run our city like all the other municipalities is doing. That's the way it should be done.
And they're one of them five parish councilmen gonna go to those other areas and vote on cutting 37 employees out of their city budget.
Right.
They're one of them. But yet they can say that they don't want they gonna go with the mayor president, that they gonna cut these 37 employees out of the city's budget.
They ragging on the city of Lafayette.
That's it.
And fix the charter.
Yeah.
Come on, y'all. Fix the charter. That's what it got us. You know, it was working okay way better than what it's working now.
I tell you
Before
this.
fix the charter.
I tell you this. People say it was working on. I wasn't for consolidation. I'm not for consolidation, and I wasn't for fix the charter. And I'm not for fix the charter. I'm not for consolidation. Period. Not for consolidation. Period. Because these people, the unincorporated area has rolled off the backs of the city of Lafayette for years. If you don't want to, if you don't want to deconsolidate, get yourself in one of those cities.
We got a lot of conservatives that live in some of them areas.
Oh, Liz Abear said, let's have a
Functional consolidation. Now that was that cooked part up.
Let cook.
But Mr. Wallace, either way it go, functional consolidation, it ain't gonna work.
Because somebody's trying to run everything from
it's not just about everybody. Somebody's trying to run everything. It's no fairness. Now I'm for consolidation yet, but I'm for full consolidation. Everybody give up they city, they mayor. Everybody give up their city council. Everybody give up their chief of police. Everybody give up their fire chief, and let's make it all one. Let's fully because if we gonna stay consolidated, let's fully consolidate. Nobody want to talk about that issue because they know those other municipalities don't want to be stupid like Lafayette. And I hate to use that term, but don't want to be illiterate like Lafayette. They don't want to give up.
And a lot of times we got to look at the people that we elect in office. We had people in office before that wasn't functioning in consolidation. Until Pat came in and got himself functioning in consolidation, we wasn't going nowhere fast.
Consolidation period was the worst thing for Lafayette. And a lot of I'm going to talk about it. I was a big pusher of the Protect the City committee. Mr. Wallace was a big pusher of that committee, and a lot of other city constituents was a big pusher of that committee for this simple reason. Consolidation been happened before Guillory's time.
We got to close. We got to close up.
It goes off at 56 minutes.
Yeah.
Well, we go.
56 minutes now.
Well, I want to thank y'all for allowing us to come into y'all home. I hope we brought some educational program to you guys. Y'all have a blessed Memorial Weekend. Brother Keith.
We gonna have to finish.
There was a lot to unpack. We're going to have to get a 2-hour special.
Yeah, we're gonna finish this conversation next Friday. We gonna do another special on this. But thank you for allowing us to come into your hearts, your homes, your eyes, your ears. Thank you for listening. Thank you for the callers. Y'all stay informed, be informed. Make sure y'all register to vote. If you can't find your voter's registration card, you need to re-register. If you can't put your hands on it, you need to re-register and use it. Vote and stay alert, stay informed, be safe, and be careful. Thank y'all.
Put your mics. Your mics.
Damn.
Green was on. Red. You had red and yellow.
This should all be off, huh?
Yeah, I can still hear.
I did.
I can still hear.
Turn the main one down.
Mix the TV here. Yeah, we all, technically, we all 56.
Y'all some fool.
We really had to.
Y'all some fool.
Yeah.
Shit, we need 2 hours. That's what
Yeah.
we need, 2 hours.
Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot, Mayor. But I had Karen Ross tell Josh Guillory everything what to do. I mean, I listen to the show.
And he really goes with it.
So I'm looking at, oh, we still online, we still live online. Next time we'll do something online.
Yeah.
That, they make some good recordings.
Yeah, we could have went into overdrive.
Yeah.
Too late now.
Yeah.